Russell Brand did a little selfie. You know, he videoed himself. He's doing like a TV show. You know, it's a commentary, Russell Brand commentary. And some substantial parts of it are not appropriate for broadcast media, or I would play larger chunks of it. But I think that these are both within the confines of the fair use provision of the copyright law and comport with the FCC's requirement for our radio stations not to get fined for obscenities on the air. Jeanine Pirro, is a Judge Jeanine Pirro. I've never seen her show, but apparently she's just this. Well, I'll let Russell Brand offer his opinion. Here he is.
My resolution: airstrikes. Bomb them. Bomb them. Keep bombing them. Bomb them again and again.
Hell, Justice Jeanine. Bomb them. She's pointing everything. Bomb them. When they do these bombings, it creates more insurgents. That's what creates them. Don't think of the bomb as going down there and destroying stuff. Think of it as it's like a seed that goes into the ground and grows insurgents out of it. It creates more terrorism doing it.
And this is what I think is slowly sinking into the Obama administration. When they were early on just gung-ho with the drones and kind of continuation of the Bush policy. Let's have a surge in Afghanistan, all this stuff. I mean, President Obama came into office and he was surrounded by these war hawks, and he was in the middle of a war, and he was a war president and all that kind of stuff. And I think that he realized that every time you kill somebody, you're not in, and there's this simplistic worldview that this judge has, and Russell Brand is doing a brilliant job of pointing this out, the simplistic worldview that they have, that if you can simply identify a bad person and kill them, even without any benefit of a judicial process, without even demonstrating with beyond a shadow of a doubt to the rest of the world that they are a bad person, you kill them, you solve the problem. But the fact of the matter is, in a situation like we have, where we're occupying foreign countries and we're killing citizens in those countries, and in some cases we're killing citizens, in some cases even our own citizens, in countries that are not even engaged in conflict with us and our allies, like Pakistan, that when you kill that person, even if it's the bad guy, and this isn't, forget the collateral damage, that's obvious, right? You blow up a wedding party and kill 30, 40 people, you're going to create 400 or 500 or maybe 4,000 or 5,000 people who are seriously PO'd at you for generations. But even killing a bad guy, because you say he's a bad guy, to the people living in that community, he might be the good guy. Or he might be, maybe he's a bad guy, but he's my cousin. And they just killed him. Screw them. I'm not going to put up with that. And see, this is what we did in the 1770s. The Boston Massacre was about one basically loudmouth guy going off on a group of British soldiers in Boston, and one of the soldiers shot him. And John Adams actually defended the soldier in court, so there was due process, so we could demonstrate that we were better than the British. But the Boston Massacre led right straight, I don't know if you call that a massacre. I mean, that's nothing compared to, can you imagine if the British had bombed Boston back to the Stone Age? That triggered the American Revolution, which was not a civil war. It was an expelling of occupying forces. And that's what these guys in the Middle East, this is how they look at us. Here's Russell Brand on Jeanine Pirro and Fox News.
ISIS is a fanatical religious terrorist organization.
So's Fox News. He's a fanatical terrorist propagandist organisation. This isn't reasonable, is it? Like the way she's talking. Bomb them! Bomb them!
Yeah. Russell, quick note. Next time you do one of these things, wear a mic or talk right into it. But, yeah, is Fox News a fanatical religious terrorist organization? I wouldn't use that language. But I do think that they have not been serving the public of the United States well by promoting actively and with intent, promoting things, the IRS conspiracy, the Benghazi, all that are just demonstrably not so, causing people to believe things. There've been several studies now that show that people who watch Fox News not only don't know as much about what's going on in the world factually as people who watch no news at all. They know things that aren't true. In other words, they're misinformed. They're not just uninformed, they're misinformed. And finally, here's Russell Brand on invective language of Fox News.
Invective, just incendiary language, just volatile, combative, angry language. I'm not being just sensational. I think that is more dangerous than ISIS, that attitude, because that's far-reaching. That's really affecting millions and millions of people.